Britain, everyone, supposedly, traditionally slots into one of three categories: working class, middle class or upper class. But social scientists have now come up with a new, more sophisticated way of deciding. A British class survey suggests there are, in fact, 7 different classes. Now, in a moment, we'll be talking about whether comparisons can be made here in Australia. But first, this report from the BBC's Nick Hyam.
Your class used to be defined by how much you earned and what...
In the survey, people were asked how many friends they had and what sort of people those friends were. Were they chief executives or cleaners, teachers or postal workers? That was to assess their social capital.
Самое главное – это работа. Тяжело работать. Я думаю, что мы ничего так сильно не меняем. Мы просто работаем над маленькими вещами, которые, он думает, мне могут помочь. Да, к сожалению, я сегодня проиграла, но все-таки у меня есть, наверное, 10 дней до US Open, до начала первого матча. Я буду тренироваться, я полечу во Флориду, и там буду тренироваться.
Social media like Facebook, if they went to the gym or played sport, and what kind of music they like listening to.
Muchísimas gracias. Bueno, para mí poder volver a Argentina es una ilusión grande, ¿no? Después de mucho tiempo sin poder estar aquí, un país donde tengo muchos amigos y en este caso puedes hacerlo en una circunstancia muy especial, que es la despedida de uno de los jugadores más importantes de la historia de Argentina, un muy buen amigo mío. Realmente pues espero que el público le dedique todo el homenaje que merece un jugador como David.
Established middle class, don't know if it's good or bad, but sounds boring, doesn't it? Well, to discuss class systems, social researcher Mark McCrindle joins me now.
사마리캅 유트랑캅. 네, 9월 16일이죠. 네, 태국 방콕 로얄 시안파라곤에서 여러분들 만날 수 있을 것 같으니까 여러분들 많이 찾아주시고 즐거운 시간 꼭 같이 보내요. 네.
It's hard, and it used to be more entrenched than it was. Certainly in the UK, it still is a bit entrenched, but certainly in Australia, there's far more mobility across those class systems, and income is no longer a key factor that defines it, because people can shift incomes quite quickly these days.
Class, if you like, for him and his government. So he talked about the aspirational. We're hearing Labor Party senior members at the moment worrying about is too much talk of class seeping into politics and into Labor politics. So if we're not all talking about class, why are the politicians talking about it?
Yeah, I think there's a danger in that, because the class rhetoric does not get good traction in Australia. Because, as we said, if we're basing it on income, well, it's the miner, it's the tradie. If we're basing it on political information or your cultural pursuits, well then.